Hello learners, welcome back. In today's session, we will be delving into crucial topic of safety and environmental aspects, precaution during construction. In this session, we will see that the safety in construction is paramount not just for the protection of workers, but also for the sustainability and efficiency of the entire project. Adhering to the safety protocols helps in preventing accident, ensuring that everyone goes home safe at the end of the day. In this session, we will be discussing firstly the introduction of construction safety, the common hazards and the risk associated with construction work. Next, hazard identification and risk assessment, safety measures for working at heights, ensuring electrical safety on site, and lastly the safe operations of heavy machinery. So, let us start. What is construction safety? The construction safety is inherently hazardous due to the nature of work, which often involves heavy machinery, working at heights, electrical systems and manual labor. These elements contribute to a high risk of accident. Safety measures including the use of PPE, adherence to safety protocols and regular training are crucial in minimizing the risk of accidents. The goal is to create a workplace where the risk of injury or death is significantly reduced. The importance of safety is also required for legal and regulatory compliance. We have to adherence to safety regulations such as those established by the Occupational Safety and Health Administration (OSHA) is mandatory and helps avoid legal penalties, fines and potential shutdowns. Compliance demonstrates a company's commitment to worker welfare and can enhance its reputation within the industry. Safety is also required for the economic benefits. For reducing workplace accident, leads to lower medical and insurance cost and minimizes downtime caused by incident investigations and repairs. A safe working environment improves efficiency and productivity, contributing to timely project completion and cost saving. It is also required for the moral and ethical responsibility. Employers have an ethical obligation to provide a safe and healthy workplace, ensuring that employees return home safely each day. Prioritizing safety fosters a culture of care and respect, which can improve employees' morale and job satisfaction. Moving on, let us discuss some of the common hazards and risks associated with construction work. First one is falls from height. It is one of the leading causes of fatalities in construction, often occurring due to inadequate fall protection and unguarded edges or improper use of scaffolding and ladders. Mitigation of it includes the strategy like using guardrails, safety harness, ensuring proper training in working at heights. Next one is struck by incidents. Workers are at risk of being hit by moving vehicles, falling objects or flying debris, especially in busy or cluttered work areas. Safety measures involve enforcing the use of hard hats, establishing clear zones for machinery operation and securing tools and materials properly. Next one is electrocution. Risk arise from contact with live wires, faulty electrical equipment or improper use of electrical tools. Preventive actions of this can include proper insulation of electrical system, regular equipment inspections and adherence to lockout or tag out procedures. Next one is caught in or between accidents. These occur when workers are caught in or compressed by equipment or objects or when structure collapse. Safety protocols involve ensuring machinery is properly guarded, trenches are adequately supported and workers are trained to recognize and avoid such hazards. Next hazard is exposure to hazardous material. So, construction work can involve handling chemicals, asbestos, silica dust, and other harmful substances leading to respiratory issues and other health problems. Protective measures include using appropriate PPE, that is personal protective equipment, ensuring proper ventilation and providing training on handling and disposing of hazardous materials safely. Next one is musculoskeletal injuries. Repetitive motions, heavy lifting and awkward posture can cause to strains, sprains and long-term musculoskeletal disorders. Implementing ergonomic practices using mechanical lifting aids and training workers on proper lifting techniques can reduce these risks. Next hazard is noise and vibration hazard. Prolonged exposure to high noise levels can cause hearing loss, while excessive vibration can lead to circulatory and nerve disorders. Use of ear protection, regular equipment maintenance and monitoring exposure levels are essential to minimize these hazards. Next is environmental conditions. Extreme temperatures, inclement weather and exposure to sun can result in heat stroke, hypothermia and other weather related health issues. Providing appropriate clothing, scheduling work during safer times of the day and ensuring access to hydration and shelter help protect workers from environmental hazards. Moving on, we will be discussing the role of safety in protecting workers and maintaining the productivity. A strong safety culture ensures that workers feel valued and protected, leading to increased job satisfaction and loyalty. Healthy and safe workers are more likely to perform efficiently and effectively, contributing positively to project outcomes. It will reduce downtime and delays. Accident can halt construction activities, leading to project delays and increased cost due to the medical expenses and equipment repairs. Effective safety practices minimize interruption by preventing incidents that cause work stoppages. Next is improving quality of work. Safety protocols often go hand in hand with quality control measures, ensuring that work is performed correctly and safely. Workers who are not worried about their safety can focus better on their task, resulting in higher quality workmanship. Building reputation and trust. Companies known for prioritizing safety are more likely to attract skilled workers, win contracts and earn the trust of clients and stakeholders. A good safety record demonstrates professionalism and responsibility, enhancing a company's standing in the industry. Next one is financial stability and profitability. Lower accident rates reduce insurance premium and workers' compensation claims, contributing to better financial performance. Efficient and safe operations can lead to successful project completion within budget and time frame, improving profitability and competitiveness. Moving on, we will be discussing about the personal protective equipment, that is PPE in construction. So, what is PPE? It basically refers to a specialized clothing or equipment worn by workers to protect against health and safety hazards. It basically includes items like helmets, gloves, eye protection, high visibility clothing, safety footwear and harness, etc. So, one question comes in mind, what is the importance of PPE in construction? PPE acts as a last line of defense for the workers against potential injuries from various hazards present on construction sites. It significantly reduces the risk of injuries and fatalities by providing physical protection against specific dangers like falling objects, sharp materials and hazardous substances. PPE is essential not just for worker safety, but also for regulatory compliance, as failure to use appropriate PPE can lead to legal consequences and fines. Moving on, we will discuss some of the types of PPE and their specific uses. First one of it is head protection. Hard hats protect the head from falling objects, debris and electrical hazards. There are different classes of hard hats. Example, class G for general use, class E for electrical work, class C for comfort and impact protection. Next one is eye and face protection, in which we include the safety glasses which shield the eyes from dust, flying particles and chemical splashes. Next in this category is goggles, which provide a secure fit around the eyes, offering more comprehensive protection against hazards like chemicals, dust and welding sparks. Next one is face shield. It is used for tasks like grinding, cutting or handling hazardous chemicals where full face protection is necessary. Next, PP is hearing protection, which includes the earplugs. It is inserted into the ear canal to protect against high noise levels, particularly in areas with heavy machinery. Next in this category is earmuffs, which cover the entire ear, offering a higher level of protection against loud noises and can be used in conjunction with other PPE. Next, PPE is for respiratory protection, which includes the dust mask. In this, it is used for environment with non-toxic dust, such as during sanding or sweeping. In this category, respirators are also used, which provide protection against harmful dust, fumes and gases. Its types include half phase or full phase respirators depending on the level of protection needed. In this category, powered air purifying respirators are also used. These are used in environment with high levels of contaminants, providing filtered air to the user. Next, PP is for hand protection. In this category, gloves are there which protect hands from cuts, abrasions, chemical exposure and electrical hazards. Different gloves are designed for specific tasks such as cut resistant gloves for handling sharp materials, chemical resistant gloves for working with hazardous substances and insulated gloves for electrical work. Next, PP is for foot protection, which includes the safety boots which provide protection against foot injuries caused by heavy objects, sharp debris and slippery surfaces. Steel or composite toe caps, puncture resistant soles and slip resistant treads are common features of safety boots. Next, PP is for body protection, which include the high visibility clothing. It is essential for workers operating near moving vehicles or machinery, especially in low light conditions. Next in this category is coveralls, which protect the body from exposure to harmful substances, dirt and abrasions. Next in this category only is specialized gear, basically flame resistant clothing for workers exposed to fire hazards and chemical resistant suits for those handling hazardous materials. Next, PP is for fall protection, which includes the safety harness. It is used when working at heights to prevent falls. They must be properly fitted and connected to a secure anchor point. Lanyards and lifelines. It is provided additionally fall protection, absorbing shock and preventing falls from leading to serious injuries. Now, how to use or proper use and maintenance of PPE. The correct usage include the PPE must be used correctly and consistently to be effective. Workers should be trained on how to properly wear and use each type of PPE. Misuse of improper fit can reduce the effectiveness of PPE, leading to increased risk of injury. Next is about inspection and maintenance of PPE. How we can do the inspection and maintenance? We can do the regular inspection of PPE is crucial to ensure that it is in good condition and provides adequate protection. Damaged or worn out PPE should be replaced immediately to maintain safety standards. Workers should be trained to identify signs of wear and tear, such as cracks in hard hats, scratches on safety glasses or fraying in harness. Next is the hygiene and storage. PPE should be kept clean and stored in a dry, safe place when not in use to prolong its life and effectiveness. Respiratory protection devices in particular require regular cleaning and proper storage to prevent contamination and ensure their protective qualities. Next topic is about regulatory requirement for PPE. There are some legal standards and guidelines which include the OSHA and other regulatory bodies which have established specific standards for the use of PPE in construction. Employers are legally required to provide PPE to workers at no cost and ensure that it meets safety standards. There are some employer responsibility also, which includes the employers must assess the workplace for hazards and determine the necessary PPE for each task. They are also responsible for providing training on proper use, care and maintenance of PPE. There are some workers' responsibility also, which includes workers are required to use the PPE provided and follow the training they receive on its correct use. They must report any issue with PPE to their supervisor and refrain from using damaged or ineffective equipment. Moving on, we will be discussing about our next topic, that is hazard identification and risk assessment. Hazard identification involves recognizing and assessing potential sources of harm or danger in the workplace. It is first step in the process of risk management. It encompasses all activities, conditions or materials that have the potential to cause injury, illness or damage. So, what is the importance of this hazard identification risk assessment? Actually, the effective hazard identification is crucial for preventing accident and incident on construction sites. It enables proactive measures to be taken to eliminate or mitigate risk before they lead to injuries or fatalities. Identifying hazards early helps in complying with legal and regulatory requirements, reducing the likelihood of costly penalties. Now, we will discuss the types of common construction hazard, as we have already discussed, but here we will discuss the different types. First one is physical hazards, which includes firstly the falls from height, risk associated with working on scaffolding, ladder or roofs, lack of guardrails, unstable surfaces and improper use of safety harness are common causes of it. Next in this is electrical hazard. Contact with live wires, improper wiring and malfunctioning of electrical equipment can lead to electrocution and burns. Next one in physical hazard is struck by hazards. Workers being hit by moving vehicles, falling objects or flying debris. This is common in areas with heavy machinery or overhead work. Next hazard in physical is caught in or in between hazards, as we have already discussed. Workers being caught in or compressed by equipment, collapsing in trenches or materials. This includes risk from machinery, uninsured trenches and collapsing structures. Next type of hazard is chemical hazard. So, exposure to hazardous substances, for example, inhalation or contact with chemicals like asbestos, silica, lead or toxic fumes can cause respiratory issues, skin irritation and long-term health problems. Fires and explosions, flammable materials, gases and improper handling of chemicals can result in fires or explosion causing severe injuries or fatalities. Next hazard is ergonomic hazard, which include firstly the manual handling. Improper lifting techniques, repetitive motion and awkward posture can lead to musculoskeletal injuries. Next in this is vibration and noise. Prolonged exposure to high level of vibration and noise can cause long-term damage to nerves, muscles and hearing. Next hazard is environmental hazard, in which first is extreme weather conditions. Working in harsh weather conditions such as extreme heat, cold or storms can lead to heat stroke, hypothermia or accident due to slippery surfaces. Poor lighting, insufficient lighting increases the risk of accident, especially in areas where precision work is required or hazards are not easily visible. Now, what are the techniques for hazard identification? First one is site inspection. Regular and systematic inspection of work site to identify potential hazards. Inspection should be carried out by trained personnel who can recognize both existing and potential dangers. Tools like checklist can ensure that no potential hazard is overlooked during inspection. Next technique is job safety analysis, a process of breaking down a job into individual steps, identifying the hazards associated with each step and determining the necessary controls to mitigate those hazards. Job safety analysis help workers understand the specific risk of the task and how to avoid them. Next we can do are the safety audits, comprehensive review of the workplace safety practices, policies and procedures. Audits help identify weakness in the safety protocols and provide recommendations for improvement. External audits by independent bodies can provide an unbiased assessment of safety practices. We can take also workers' feedback also, which includes encouraging the workers to report hazards they observe. Workers are often the first to notice potential dangers, and their input is valuable in identifying hazards that might be missed during formal inspection. Anonymous reporting systems can help ensure that workers feel comfortable reporting hazards without fear of retaliation. Next technique is review of incident reports, analyzing past incident reports to identify patterns or recurring hazards. Understanding the causes of previous accident can help prevent similar incident in the future. Near miss reports are also valuable as they indicate hazards that could have led to accident if not addressed. Next one is risk assessment process, which includes firstly identifying hazards, systematically identifying all potential hazards in the workplace through inspection, observation and employee feedback, consideration of both routine and non-routine activities as well as potential emergencies. Next is assessing risk, evaluating the likelihood of each identified hazard causing harm and the severity of the potential consequences, using tools like risk matrices to categorize risk as low, medium or high based on their probability and impact. Next, implementing control measures, determining appropriate control measures to eliminate or mitigate risk. Controls can be engineering controls, for example barriers, ventilation, administrative controls, for example training procedures or personal protective equipment, that is PPE. The hierarchy of control should be followed, prioritizing elimination and substitution of hazards over reliance on PPE. Next one is for monitoring and reviewing. Regularly monitoring and the effectiveness of implemented controls to ensure they are working as intended. Reviewing risk assessment periodically and after any changes in work processes, new equipment or incident to ensure ongoing safety. So, our next topic is about safety measures for working at height. Working at height is one of the most dangerous activities in construction, with falls being a leading cause of fatalities. This focuses on essential safety measures to prevent falls and ensure worker safety. First method is fall protection method will be the guardrails. Guardrails are physical barriers installed around open edges such as roof, scaffold and elevated work platform to prevent workers from falling. They are preferred method of fall protection as they provide a passive form of safety that does not require workers to take specific actions to be protected. Now, we will have a discussion about design and installation of guardrails. Guardrails must be constructed to withstand the force of person falling against them. Typically, they consist of a top rail, mid rail and a toe board. Proper installation is critical. The top rail should be at height that prevents workers from accidentally stepping over or leaning beyond the edge. Regular inspections are necessary to ensure guardrails remain secure and undamaged. Next one are the safety nets. Safety nets are used to catch workers in the event of a fall, especially in areas where guardrails or personal fall arrest system cannot be used. They are typically installed below work areas where falls might occur, providing a secondary level of protection. Safety nets should be positioned close enough to the work safe to limit the distance of a fall. They must be securely anchored and regularly inspected for damage or sagging to ensure they function correctly. Next one is Personal Fall Arrest System, PFAS. PFAS consists of a body harness, lanyard and anchor point. This system is designed to safely stop a fall and minimize injury by distributing the force of the fall across the body. Body harness must fit the worker properly and be worn at all times when there is a risk of falling. Lanyard connects the harness to an anchor point, often equipped with a shock absorber to reduce the impact of a fall. Anchor point must be capable of supporting the force of a fall, typically rated to hold at least 5,000 pounds per worker attached. Next is the proper use and maintenance. Worker must be trained on how to correctly wear the harness, attach the lanyard and choose an appropriate anchor point. Regular inspection are crucial to identify wear and tear or damage to the equipment. Any compromised component must be replaced immediately. Next topic will be dealing with the electrical safety on site. Electrical hazards are significant risk on construction site, capable of causing shocks, burns, fires and even fatalities. Electrical safety procedures. First one is the lockout or tagout, that is LOTO procedure. LOTO procedures are used to ensure that machinery and electrical systems are completely de-energized before any maintenance or repair work begins. The procedure involves locking the power source in an off position and tagging it to indicate that it should not be operated until the lock and tag are removed by the person who applied them. Worker must be trained in the correct application of LOTO procedures, including how to lock and tag power sources and how to verify that the equipment is de-energized. Only authorized personnel should be allowed to remove LOTO devices, ensuring that no one inadvertently re-energizes the equipment while work is still in progress. Next method is proper insulation. Tools used for electrical work must be insulated to protect workers from electrical shock. Insulated tools are designed to resist high voltage and prevent the transmission of electricity through the tool to the users. Insulated gloves, mats and barriers should also be used when working with live electrical systems. Regular inspection of insulated tools are essential to check for wear, damage or degradation of the insulating material. Any tools of equipment showing signs of wear must be removed from service and replaced to ensure ongoing protection. Insulated gloves, mats and barriers should be used when working with live electrical systems. So, how we can maintain insulation? Regular inspection of insulated tools are essential to check for wear, damage or degradation of insulating material. Any tools or equipment showing signs of wear must be removed from service and replaced to ensure ongoing protection. Safe cable and wiring practices. It includes all electrical cables and wiring should be installed following safety standards and codes to prevent hazards such as short circuit, overloads and fires. Cables should be kept away from high traffic areas to prevent damage from vehicles or foot traffic and should be clearly marked to avoid accidental cutting or interference. Hazardous condition and precautions. Identifying area where cables might be exposed to moisture, heat or chemicals and take additional precautions such as using weatherproof or armored cables. Ensure that all electrical systems are regularly inspected and maintained to prevent deterioration that could lead to electrical faults. So, in our last topic, we will be dealing with the safety training and education. What is the role of training in construction industry or construction safety? Training equipment workers with the knowledge and the skill necessary to perform their tasks safely and recognize potential hazard. Proper training ensures that workers understand safety protocols, the correct use of PPE and the emergency procedures, reducing the likelihood of accidents. There are some legal requirements also. Regulatory bodies like OSHA mandate specific safety trainings for construction workers, ensuring they are aware of risks associated with their work and the precautions they must take. Employers are legally obligated to provide this training and ensure it is relevant, up to date and accessible to all workers. So, we will discuss the types of safety training. First one is general safety orientation, which introduces workers to the basic safety practices and policies on the construction site, including emergency procedures, hazard communication and general conduct. Often provide to new hires before they begin work to ensure that they understand the company's safety, culture and expectations. Next training is task specific training, which focuses on particular hazards and safety measures associated with specific tasks such as working at heights, operating machinery, or handling hazard materials. Ensures that workers are competent in safe execution of their job specific duties. Next training is emergency response training. It prepares workers to respond effectively to emergencies such as fires, chemical spills, or injuries. It includes training on evacuation procedures and use of fire extinguisher, first aid, and communication during emergencies. Next is ongoing safety education. Regular refresher courses and safety meetings to keep workers informed about new hazards, updated safety protocols, and lessons learned from past incidents. Continuous education reinforces the importance of safety and keeps workers vigilant against complacency. What are the effective training techniques? First one is hands-on training. Practical demonstration and hands-on practices allow workers to apply safety procedures in a controlled environment. This method is particularly effective for tasks that involve complex equipment or high-risk activities, ensuring workers are comfortable and competent before performing the task on the job site. We can also use the simulations. Simulation and role-playing exercises provide a realistic, risk-free environment for workers to practice responding to emergencies or identifying hazards. Virtual reality, that is VR simulations, are becoming increasingly popular, offering immersive training experiences that can replicate a variety of dangerous scenarios. So, dear learners, we have reached the end of today's session. I hope you found it informative and engaging. The next part of this session will be dealing in the next session. Thank you for your attention in this session. See you in the next class. Thank you.